All the stars are here in Frisco, Texas, as we recognize the National Players of the Year across the FCS. We'll recognize our Scholar-Athlete Award winner, the FCS National Coach of the Year, the top Freshman Player of the Year, the FCS Most Outstanding Defensive Player, and the FCS Most Outstanding Offensive Player. It's all coming up next on the FCS National Award Show.
Hello everyone, and let me welcome you here to the Stats Perform FCS National Award Show. I'm your host, Gary Reasons. Thank you for joining us this evening. This is the 36th season of this event, and it goes back all the way to 1987 when the very first Payton Award and Doris Robinson Awards were presented. And it's been a great growth ever since. This award has grown to 5 legacy awards that we're very proud to present. And it's also grown significantly because this is now being broadcast nationally on Valley Sports Networks. This is the 3rd season that will be broadcast, so look for it in your area. As for me as a former FCS player, I feel a real kinship to these awards. And really, I've been involved with the event for such a long time. And I really have a kinship, I think, with the namesakes. I remember back in the summer of 1996, I myself with Walter Payton, Buck Buchanan, we were among the inaugural class of inductees to the College Football Hall of Fame from small college players. And Coach Eddie Robinson was there to induct, to present Buck Buchanan posthumously. So a good group there. And then Jerry Rice, as soon as he stepped out of the league, in the NFL, he was automatically inducted into that group. So I have a good kinship with that, and I think that there's an opportunity for us to see these young men that we're going to celebrate here tonight and really have a chance to have them have takeaways that are life-lasting, and they certainly have been for me. So as we present these awards, and really I hope that this will become kind of a long-lasting memory for all of us, and really for our award finalists and our award winners. And for more on the awards, we'd like to share a brief history.
The FCS National Awards first began in 1987, and they recognize excellence across the FCS. They are called Legacy Awards because of the great accomplishments and excellence of our namesakes for the awards. When you hear the names Payton, Buchanan, Rice, and Robinson in FCS circles, you are talking about some of the greatest football names not only in the FCS ranks, but these legends are certainly recognized among the true greats of football from any level.
Well, the 2022 FCS season was really a special one for Stats Perform as they entered into a very unique partnership with FedEx Ground. And that partnership and the spirit of it is really centered on just shining a brighter spotlight on the efforts of the ongoing tremendous accomplishments of the FCS student athletes that we look at and those teams. And with the partnership during the season, there were more than 25 awards awarded every national players and teams that were recognized each week with the FedEx Ground National Award Winners Program. You've seen those here in these packages here this evening that you're attending. So the partnership really has kind of taken off, and it also includes FedEx here tonight as the Doris Robinson Award presenter for the Scholar-Athlete Award winner here tonight. And with more on this partnership, it now gives me a great opportunity to introduce my co-host for this evening, Miss Sarah Merrifield from Valley Sports, and she's with a special guest from FedEx Ground. Welcome, Sarah, and good evening.
Well, Gary, thank you. It's great to be back with you again this year. And yeah, like you mentioned, I'm here now to start things off with a very special guest from our partners at FedEx Ground, Carlos Etheridge, Senior VP of Human Resources. And, for you, first off, welcome.
Thank
and
you.
Second, you have a little bit of something in common with these athletes in the audience. You were a collegiate athlete yourself, participated in 2 national championships at the University of Miami, and then went on to the pro level to play 3 seasons with the Indianapolis Colts. So this environment resonates with you a little bit.
It definitely does, and I'm really appreciative to be here because, what you learn through sports and through athletics, the same things that we take with us into the business world. So the hard work, the commitment, the work ethic, the teamwork, really builds yourself for leaderships and puts us in a good position.
And for you coming, our partnership with FedEx Ground, will you share a little bit about FedEx Ground and, of course, the Purple Pathways program?
Sure. FedEx Ground is a subsidiary of FedEx Corporation, and we're based out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We have about 200,000 employees, and we deliver about 12 million packages throughout the United States and Canada. And, for our Purple Pathways program, we're trying to give a way for our employees to be able to develop themselves and give a career path that they can develop themselves personally and professionally as they grow through their careers.
And for you to be presenting the Doris Robinson Award, of course, that's a big highlight of tonight's event. This event especially is obviously showcasing the excellence both on and off the field. So can you give a little bit of an insight on the importance of being able to celebrate these student athletes and what it means to accept something like the Doris Robinson Award?
Yeah, great question. You know, FedEx, just like we have pride in delivering service to our customers every day and working within the communities that we operate in, the Doris Robinson Award also recognizes student athletes that excel in the classroom, on the field, as well as within the communities. So I want to applaud tonight's winner, you know, for their dedication on the field, in the classroom, and working within the communities as well.
It's special to have all of them here tonight, and of course, special to have you here as well. Thank you so much for taking the time with us, and we're off for a great event, so we'll send it back over to Gary.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you, Sarah, and great stuff, Carlos. Appreciate you coming and joining and sharing your thoughts on the partnership here with Stats Perform. It's really something I think is going to take this program to the next level. Okay, well, we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we're going to present to our first national award of the night, to our top Scholar-Athlete Award. Stay with us. And now to begin our awards presentation, we start by taking a look at the complete student athlete. And that would incorporate not only the play on the field, but also in the classroom and in the community. So the Doris Robinson Award, this is the 8th presentation of the FedEx Ground Doris Robinson Scholar-Athlete Award, and this season's winner was selected from 15 finalists, one from each conference. And each of these finalists is very deserved due to their civic and their athletic achievement. The FedEx Ground Doris Scholar-Athlete Award is named after the late school teacher and wife of legendary coach Eddie Robinson, and her impact as an educator and also the influence that she's had on thousands of students over the years is remarkable. So I'm pleased now to be joined by one of my buddies, one of the best in the business, and Craig Haley. He is I call him Mr. FCS. So Craig Haley joined us from Stats Perform. And Craig, let me ask you about the Doris Robinson Award. You know, this has been the 8th season of it now. What was the genesis? What really got that award started way back when?
Well, Gary, this is the newest award Stats Performance presents. I mean, being in the 8th season, I think if you look at some of the other awards, like the Eddie Robinson Award, you know, Miss Doris was the wife of legendary coach Eddie Robinson. When you're a coach, that's much more than just X's and O's. I mean, it's on the field, off the field. And, you know, Doris Robinson, I mean, she was a school teacher, an educator, and had such an impact in the community. It's a natural award. You know, everybody adored her. You know, this represents the scholar athlete, the best of the best in the FCS, one athlete from each conference. It's just amazing what students do on and off the field. So that's the genesis of this award.
You know, I was going to ask you also, Craig, you know, you've been to this event numerous times, and we see the winners come. I think they're pretty remarkable. Tell me your thoughts on some of these student athletes that we've met over the years.
Well, you're right, Gary. I mean, you could think of the numbers, I mean, the statistics of these players or the GPAs of these players, but they're scholar athletes, and off the field, what they're doing in the community is unbelievable. I mean, we've had a student who drove the entire football team to register to vote 2 years ago. A student athlete who's worked in hospital and working with senior patients, spending time. So they're really active in the community, spending so much time in addition to, you know, being a student athlete.
That's what it's all about, being a student athlete. Well, thank you, Craig. We really appreciate it. And well, I think we're now time to present the FCS Doris Robinson Award. And here's a little bit more. Before we do that, we're going to take a look at our Scholar Athlete Award winner, and here's more on our award winner this evening.
This season's recipient of the FedEx Ground Doris Robinson Scholar-Athlete Award is running back Jake Chisholm from Dayton University. Under head coach Rick Chamberlain, Chisholm put together 3 1,000-yard rushing seasons and totaled 5,067 career total yards and 47 touchdowns. He was a Campbell Trophy finalist and a 2-time Pioneer Football League Scholar-Athlete. Off the field, his charitable work includes the Hospital Elder Life Program, Rebuilding Dayton Together, Be the Match Bone Marrow Registry, and Christmas on Campus for underserved youth. Congratulations to Jake Chisholm as this season's FedEx Ground Doris Robinson Award winner.
Definitely deserving of that applause, Jake. Congratulations on receiving this award. I guess the first question is, how does this feel to you to be able to accept this award, knowing what it stands for?
It's a huge honor. It really means a lot to me that I'm getting a little recognition for some of the stuff off the field. There's a lot of hours that went into studying, late nights for a lot of pretty difficult classes in pre-medicine, and a lot of different hours. On that one day off, we had Monday off, that's when I would go into the hospital and be with the elderly patients to help prevent hospital-acquired delirium. But it was, it's very rewarding to be able to feel that some of that is getting respected a little bit.
And you're just listing this laundry list of activities that you do even outside of the football field. So being able to do all those things while maintaining a 3.98 GPA, that outstanding excellence both on the field and in the classroom, what motivates you in all of these areas that you excel in?
Obviously to make a difference in the world. Most of it's kind of intrinsic motivation. If I ever got a B in a class, I'd be pretty upset at myself. So I don't know. I think it's just me striving to be as good of a person as I can be in every aspect of life.
Well, with your talent on the field, obviously a very great experience for you to have as you go into your next chapter in pre-med. What do you feel you're going to take with you, and what this experience is giving you as you go into this next phase of life?
I think really the relationships that you build with people, I'd say that's the most important thing coming from being a student athlete, whether it's professors or coaches or teammates. You have people coming from very different backgrounds, and you're able to kind of mesh well with them and really focus on developing those relationships, and they pay off in down the road. And I think that's been the most rewarding thing about being a student athlete.
Well, no doubt your future is very bright. Thank you for taking the time and sitting with us. Congratulations again on being this year's award recipient.
Thank you very much.
Gary, we'll send it back to you.
Well, thank you, Jake. It's a very deserved honor for you, and you're a tremendous inspirational young man, and congratulations once again. Well, coming up next, we're going to recognize leadership as we recognize our FCS Coach of the Year. Well, there are many words that can describe a successful football coach, but really mostly it's all about leadership. These coaches have a lot of common things that they can do, but really the leadership aspect really sets them apart. And when you think about leading teams and thinking about leading the young men for years and even decades, you begin to see true leadership. And that's when we start talking about our namesake, the legendary Grambling coach, Eddie Robinson. Coach Robinson, for 56 years, enjoyed a stellar collegiate coaching career, amassing 408 victories along the way. And Coach Rob, along the way, also touched the lives of thousands of student athletes that left a legacy that is really unmatched. And with this leadership in mind, we are now awarding the 36th season of the Stats Perform FCS Eddie Robinson Award, and this season's winner was selected from a panel of 16 finalists. They all had tremendous seasons and should be commended for leading their respective teams. And now to share some thoughts on winning the Eddie Robinson Award is former North Dakota State coach Craig Bohl, a 2012 and 2013 Eddie Robinson Award winner.
The word legend does not describe Eddie Robinson. He's an icon, a giant in our profession. For me to have received this honor is the highest honor I received. To this day, it sends chills up and down my spine.
Well, thank you, Coach Bohl. You certainly had a tremendous career yourself, and now I'm very pleased to be joined by a great-granddaughter of the legendary coach, Eddie Robinson, and Doris Robinson. Cherie Kirkland joins us here this evening. Hello, Cherie, and welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Well, we appreciate you joining us here. When you think about legends, and you've grown up in a family of legends, and having the ability to just kind of look at the body of work of your grandfather, tell us what the pride is like amongst the family members.
Yes, we're very grateful that our grandfather's name has been lifted up. You think about the fact that he retired 25 years ago, passed away, 15 years ago, and still on a regular basis, we still hear his name and all of the achievements that he made even today. I have a Google search on my email with his name on it, and almost every day something will come up with an article that references his name. So we're definitely proud that Stats Perform and FedEx has agreed to honor him in this way, and especially honored even more so that our grandmother Doris Robinson is honored as well.
Yeah, with his coaching success over 56 years, he's literally touched thousands of lives. You hear the stories, I'm sure, all the time from former players and coaches even. Talk about what that's like as far as sense of pride as well.
Yeah, actually, any chance I can get to sit with former players is a lot of fun. They have impressions that they do of him. They have all of these different anecdotes that he would tell them in practice and at game time. So it's a lot of fun to hear from them. They're like, depending on their ages, obviously, but like uncles and brothers to me. So that's always very special. But then too, beyond just the coaching aspect, and I mentioned this to Coach Stiegelmeier earlier, what I'm more proud of is the fact that he was the same outwardly and at home, publicly and privately. Where you hear some people will, turn on a switch for the public. He wasn't like that. He was humble. He had a sense of humor. He was professional. He gave people his time. And he did that, outside of our home and inside the home as well.
Fantastic. I've met Coach Rob many times and been really inspired by him. He always had something to say on just about every topic. So thank you for joining us, Cherie. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And sharing about your legendary grandfather. And now we're going to formally present this season's winner. This is the 36th presentation of the FCS Eddie Robinson Award, and this season's winner was selected from a national voting panel. And the 2022 Stats Perform Eddie Robinson Award winner is John Stiegelmeier. This season's recipient of the Stats Perform Eddie Robinson Award is John Stiegelmeier of South Dakota State. Stiegelmeier is in his 26th season leading the Jackrabbits, and this season they have amassed a 13-1 record and berthed in the FCS National Championship game. Including a #1 national ranking all season long, this season the Jackrabbits earned their first outright Missouri Valley Football Conference championship, and they are on a program record 13-game winning streak. Congratulations to John Stiegelmeier as this season's FCS Eddie Robinson Award winner. Now with Sarah Merrifield, please join me in congratulating our Eddie Robinson Award winner, John Stiegelmeier.
Well, Coach, congratulations on this honor. You join a long list of very talented coaches to receive this honor in the past. What does it mean to you to be able to be up there with one of them?
Well, I would echo what Craig Bowles said in his video, that what an honor to be listed and to get an award named after Coach Robinson. And he's a picture of what we all want to be in a coach. And I thought I've been in my position for a long time, in 26 years, but 50-some years. And then like I've told our players, a football program has so many individuals that contribute. I'm blessed to be the head coach, but I really consider this a team award because so many people contribute. We have an unbelievable group of student athletes.
Well, your team definitely proved that this season. Well, Gary, we'll send it back to you.
Well, thank you, Coach Stiegelmeier, for sharing it. Boy, what a season that you guys have had. Just good luck tomorrow in the national championship game. Well, coming up next, we're going to talk about the tremendous youth of the game as we recognize our Freshman Player of the Year. Well, it's always exciting to see young players emerge and bring tremendous energy and talents to the field. And with this season's 12th edition of the FCS Jerry Rice Award, recognizing the top freshman player across the FCS, we identify and award a player whose talents may really just be emerging. This season's Jerry Rice Award was selected by a national voting panel from 25 finalists, both on offense and defense as well as various positions. All are commended on a great season and actually a great start to their collegiate careers. And now to share some more thoughts on what it means to win the Jerry Rice Award, here is our 2021 award winner, Cameron Ward.
Winning the Jerry Rice Award meant a lot to me. Putting my name up there with guys like Trey Lance, Cooper Kupp, just show what they did their time at the FCS school. It's remarkable, and just to have my name mentioned along those it's just a big accomplishment.
Well, thank you, Cameron. You've had a tremendous career, and it's maybe just getting started and looking to possibly be an NFL draft pick as a quarterback this season. So now I'm very pleased to be joined by our namesake, our legend of the Jerry Rice Award, and easily one of the greatest wide receivers in the history of the game, and I think probably in the top 10 players of playing football at any level across the game. Jerry Rice has had a tremendous career, All-Pro, All-NFL. He's inducted in the Collegiate Football Hall of Fame, the National Football Hall of Fame. So he's had a marvelous career. And ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our award namesake, Collegiate and Hall of Famer, Jerry Rice.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Can
Jerry,
I say something?
You sure? You can say something.
Man, it is great to be here. Happy New Year to everybody. And to all the award winners and stuff like that, the coaches, the athletes, I'm honored to have this opportunity to be here with you guys tonight.
Well, Jerry, that's a good segue into this question. 12 years. This is the 12th edition of this award. You just told me you started whispering, you started looking at the screen, and you started looking at Payton, Buchanan.
I know,
Robinson,
I get nervous.
And then you
I
said,
get nervous.
Rice.
Yeah.
What's going through your mind?
Man, the legend, Walter Payton. I remember Sweetness, Jackson State University, and trying to emulate Walter Payton, back in the day. Then Buchanan, then Eddie Robinson, I remember back in the day, Grambling, and we had to face them, Mississippi Valley State University, and what he was able to accomplish. So, I just feel honored to have an award with those guys.
Yeah, you're an All-American career as well at Mississippi Valley. You were there a couple of two-time All-American. And, when you start looking at the type of players that have been recognized as freshman players of the year, what are your thoughts on some of those guys? Maybe Trey Lance, what about that one?
I think Trey Lance is going to be exceptional. He had a little bad luck, with an injury, this season. But, just being around this guy, his maturity, the way he sees the game, and just his talent on the football field. The rocket arm, his mobility, his vision downfield when he's out of the pocket. So, back in the day also, you got to think about Cooper Kupp, I think Trey Lance, then Chase Edmonds.
Yeah.
All of those guys. So, I think the sky's the limit for Trey.
And lastly, what would you like to say to this year's finalists as well as the award winner?
What is greatness? Greatness to me, guys, I'm going to be honest with you, it's not about that individual. It's how you make everybody better around you. And I think that's the reason why I was so successful back in the day, because I showed up every day. I was accountable. I never took a day off. It was important for me to lead by example. And, we had this conversation, Giovanni, we were talking about this, that you have to be accountable every day. You have to work your butt off. And when you show that type of leadership, your teammates gonna follow. That's how you build a championship team. With all the records that I have accomplished, it's not about me, it was because of my teammates. That's the reason why I was able to perform at a very high level, and
Get
that's
it done.
basically it.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
Well, thank you very much for joining, Jerry, and we're going to present formally this year's award winner. This is the 12th presentation of the FCS Jerry Rice Award, and this season's winner was selected from 25 finalists. And the 2022 Stats Perform FCS Jerry Rice Award winner is Giovanni McCoy, quarterback from Idaho.
This season's recipient of the Stats Perform Jerry Rice Award is Giovanni McCoy from University of Idaho. Under head coach Jason Eck, McCoy enjoyed a standout freshman quarterback campaign for the Vandals, where he threw for at least 3 touchdowns 5 times. And he set the Vandals' single-game record for completion percentage by going 16 of 20 for 90% in a win at Northern Arizona. He finished the season completing 68% of his passes for 2,721 yards and a freshman-high 27 touchdowns against 7 interceptions. He also rushed for 3 touchdowns and caught 1. Congratulations to Giovanni McCoy as this season's FCS Jerry Rice Award winner.
And now with Sarah Merrifield, please join me in congratulating our Jerry Rice Award winner, Giovanni McCoy.
Well, congratulations, and I think maybe just to reflect on what Jerry just said, listening to what greatness is, what did you take from what he just said about that?
Just being a leader and just being accountable and just making all of your teammates and just guys around you better just every day. It's just words from the GOAT.
Definitely the GOAT, yes. And for you to win this award, a great honor for you and very special for you. Was there a point in your season this year that you felt was a defining moment for your personal success?
I would say that I think the point in the season that defined it was probably our Montana game. After we just went into that atmosphere, their stadium, and just went in there and just handled business and just made a statement and just showed the world what we were all about. So.
For you, it's probably pretty special to be here, obviously, in this kind of environment, but also because Jerry is here with us. So what was that interaction like? What did you get a chance to ask him, and what did he get a chance to tell you about receiving this award?
It was great. I just tried to soak up as much game as I could. Just to meet Jerry, it was just awesome, and he just has so much wisdom, and it's just always good to just talk to guys that are just in the NFL in general, but then just even guys who've done what Jerry Rice has done. So cool.
So much wisdom, and I'm sure osmosis will help you through the next couple of years by listening to some of the things he has to say. Well, congratulations again on being this year's award recipient. Best of luck in the future.
Thank you so much.
Gary, we'll send it back to you.
Well, I think Mr. Rice wanted to say one more thing to Giovanni.
Yeah, one more thing. Montana, one of the greatest quarterbacks who ever played the game, Steve Young. And there was a calmness about those guys when they were in the huddle. And this is what I have heard about Giovanni, that he's the same way. He has that calmness. And when you have that calmness, it's going to settle your teammates down, and they're going to follow. So I wanted, to say that's a great quality to have. And also, I noticed that you're a dresser. Presentation was everything back in the day, guys. How you put that uniform on, then how you presented yourself after the ball game. I think he has it all. You just got to keep working hard and stuff like that. I know you're not 6'2", because I always said I was 6'2", but I'm really 6'1", and I think we're about the same height. Okay?
All right.
All right.
Jerry Rice, everybody.
I have nothing else to say.
Well, we're going to move this program along, and coming up next, we're going to start talking about defense, and we're going to invite up our 3 top finalists of the year for the Buck Buchanan Award. Stay with us. Well, our next award recognizes excellence on the defensive side of the ball, and the FCS Buck Buchanan Award is awarded annually to the most outstanding defensive player in the FCS. The annual award is named in honor of the late Junius Buck Buchanan, where he was an All-American defensive lineman at Grambling State University. He was the #1 draft pick in 1963 by Kansas City Chiefs, and he's enshrined in both the college and NFL Halls of Fame. And his legendary coach, Eddie Robinson, liked to remark about Buck that he was the finest tackle that he has ever seen. This is the 28th edition of the award, and this year's winner was selected by a national voting panel from 30 finalists. All finalists are commended for their great accomplishments this season, and we've invited our top 3 voting finalists to join us here, and they are in front of us here on the stage, and I'll briefly introduce them in alphabetical order. From my left here, first we have John Pius, linebacker from William & Mary. Next we have Zeke Vandenberg, linebacker from Illinois State. And finally, we're joined by David Walker, defensive end from Central Arkansas. Please join me in congratulating our top 3 finalists for the Buck Buchanan Award. And now to share some thoughts on what it means to win the Buck Buchanan Award, here's the 2003 winner and 5-time Pro Bowler to introduce it for us, Jarrett Allen.
What the Buck Buchanan Award meant to me when I won it was a affirmation of all I had accomplished and all the hard work that I put into my college career. And, with my dreams of getting drafted and going to the NFL, I think it was a springboard as far as, letting people know that the whole, small college stigma, wasn't going to hold me back. Obviously, when you get deemed one of the best players or the best player from the defensive standpoint in your entire, conference or league or, in 1AA, people have to take notice. So I used that confidence going in that I could accomplish anything, and I had a lot more I wanted to accomplish. I still had a chip on my shoulder because of the whole, small college stigma. But, winning the Buck Buchanan Award was such an amazing honor to be deemed the best. I think as athletes and competitors, that's all we want to do. At least I know for myself, my goal is always to be the best football player, or, the best that I could possibly be. And this award obviously was affirmation that I was able to accomplish that at that level, which then, just gave me the drive to accomplish more, moving forward in the NFL.
And now I'm pleased to be joined by the only two-time winner of the Buck Buchanan Award and longtime linebacker for the Dallas Cowboys, Dexter Coakley. Dexter, congratulations on your great NFL career, and thanks for joining us with your continued support of FCS football.
Thanks for having me.
Well, with that thought, that said, your thoughts on winning the Buck Buchanan Award, not once, but twice. What did that mean to you?
Oh, it meant the world to me. I mean, it was just a reflection of, me being a defensive player. We always wanted an award for ourselves. We knew about the Payton Award, we knew about the Heisman, but there was nothing really for the defensive players. And when the Buck Buchanan Award came out and recognized the best defensive player, and being able to receive that award twice, it was just, I was the one singled out for the award, but it was a team award. I mean, if it wasn't for the guys in front of me keeping blockers off of me and allowing me to run and make plays, I would have never been a recipient or never been, a finalist for this award twice.
You've had a prosperous NFL career, and now you're a coach, still in the football world. And with that said, what would you like to share with this year's finalists and this year's award winner?
I mean, just being a part of this, the Buck Buchanan, being a part of that alumni, it's a huge accomplishment. I know, since we've been here tonight, the going theme has been team. It's a team game. And to be in this position and to be able to be one of the finalists, I mean, you've already made it. I mean, where you all won't win the award, but you're still, had a great year. And the one key thing I want to say is, we talk about team, but being accountable. Your best ability is availability. Being there for your teammates. Being out there on the field, going to battle and competing for the ultimate goal, which is a championship at the end. So for the three finalists, good luck and, great job, having a successful season this year.
Well, thank you, Dexter. I appreciate your comments, and I'm sure these young men here appreciate these comments as well. And now to our finalists, gentlemen, each of you has had a tremendous season, very deserved to be here as well, and one of you will be our 2022 Buck Buchanan Award winner. But before we get there, let's take a look at each of your journeys this season.
Our first top finalist for the Buck Buchanan Award is John Pius, outside linebacker from William & Mary. Under head coach Mike London, and as just a sophomore, Pius helped William & Mary to a share of the CAA football title and into the FCS playoff quarterfinals. Pius earned the CAA Conference Defensive Player of the Year award following a season where he had 72 tackles, 19 tackles for loss, 3 pass breakups, and 11.5 sacks. Congratulations to John Pius for a tremendous sophomore campaign. Our next top finalist for the Buck Buchanan Award is outside linebacker Zeke Vandenberg from Illinois State University. Under head coach Brock Spag, Vandenberg was named Defensive Player of the Year in the Missouri Valley Football Conference. He had a career-high 17 tackles against Western Illinois in the Redbirds season finale. It gave him 100 tackles and a 10-game stat line that also included 21 tackles for loss and an FCS-leading 14 sacks. He also had 1 interception, 4 pass breakups, 2 forced fumbles, 1 fumble recovery, and 4 quarterback hurries. Congratulations to Zeke Vandenberg for an outstanding senior season. Rounding out our top finalists for the Buck Buchanan Award is defensive end David Walker of Central Arkansas. Walker was the A-Sun's Defensive Player of the Year, posting 22 tackles for loss, which are tied for the FCS high and went for minus 107 yards. The 6'3", 235-pound sophomore also collected 66 tackles, 12 sacks, 1 pass breakup, 1 forced fumble, and 3 quarterback hurries in 11 games. He was particularly dominant against 5 conference opponents, posting 15 TFLs and 8.5 sacks. Congratulations to David Walker on a superb sophomore season.
Well, please join me in congratulating all 3 top finalists on a tremendous season. Well, here we go, gentlemen. Congratulations to each of you on your season so far, and one of you is going to be our award winner. This is the 28th presentation of the Buck Buchanan Award winner, and this season's winner was selected from 30 finalists. Got the card here, and the 2022 Stats Perform FCS Buck Buchanan Award winner is Zeke Vandenberg, linebacker. Congratulations. Please join Sarah.
Well, a much-deserved honor for you to win this award tonight. Congratulations again. And, you know, for you to join a list of names that are very talented and, of course, have come before you in winning this award, what does it mean to be a part of that list?
It's a great honor. It's just really humbling to be here. I mean, you just look around all these great players and great coaches and a lot of people that have done a lot for football in general. So sometimes you just think, what am I doing here? And it's just really cool this past season, all that's happened. So I'm just really thankful.
Yeah, and how would you describe this season and what you were able to achieve, not just for yourself, but also with your teammates?
Looking back, I mean, week to week, it doesn't seem like you're playing as well as people are saying. And it's just, at the end of the year, you soak it all in. It's just really humbling. And like a lot of these awards, it's a team award because the coaching staff we have at Illinois State and all my teammates, a lot of the times when you make a play, there's someone else that did their job to allow you to do that. So I'm really thankful for the whole group at Illinois State that helped me get to this point.
And for you to cap off your senior campaign with not just this award, but a few other honors as well, what does the future look like for you?
I'm just going to try to keep playing football as long as I can. There's no plan B right now because I just want to see it through, and I feel like God has blessed me in a lot of ways to play this game, and I want to give back to all the people that have helped me get to this point, especially my parents that are here tonight, and I'm just really thankful for everyone that has supported me along the way.
Well, Zeke, congratulations again. Best of luck in the future, and thank you for being here tonight.
Thank you.
Gary, we'll send it back to you.
Well, thank you, Zeke, and for being here and sharing with us. You're a tremendous young man. You had a tremendous season. Congratulations also to our top finalists because you guys had a great season as well. Well, it's now time to turn our attention to the offensive side of the football, and when we return after a short break, we will present the Walter Payton Award. Our final award recognizes excellence on the offensive side of the football as we present the FCS Walter Payton Award to the most outstanding FCS Offensive Player of the Year. Past recipients of the Heisman of the FCS include Steve McMayer, Tony Romo, Brian Westbrook, Jimmy Garoppolo, Cooper Kupp, and Trey Lance, who just shortly was the number 3 overall draft selection by the San Francisco 49ers in the 2021 NFL Draft. So the legacy of the awards, guys, is really tremendous. This is the 36th edition of the Walter Payton Award, and our winner was selected by a national voting panel among 30 finalists. We've invited our top 3 voting finalists to join us here this evening, and they're in front of our stage, and I'll introduce them briefly in alphabetical order. First, we have Tim DeMorat, quarterback from Fordham. Next, we have Lindsey Scott Jr., quarterback from UIW. And finally, we're joined by Jaden Sheridan, running back from Monmouth. Please join me in congratulating our top 3 finalists for the Walter Payton Award. And now to share on what it means to be selected as the Walter Payton Award, here is the 2013 Jerry Rice Award winner and 2015 Walter Payton Award winner, Cooper Kupp.
It was so special for me, first year being able to play, being able to win the Jerry Rice Award, just the name that holds, the weight that holds, and the players that have won that, just to be mentioned with those guys is just an incredible honor. And then to go on and win the Walter Payton, Stats has just done an incredible job of making this a very special thing for a lot of football players, and to be able to honor guys that have done done well at this division, at this level, and to have their names up there next to guys like Walter Payton, and obviously not just for the player that he is, but just the man he is. Just having your name on a plaque with his name is a special deal, and something that I definitely didn't take lightly.
Well, thank you, Cooper, and we wish you continued success with your awesome football career. It has been tremendous. Well, now I'm very pleased to introduce a really true friend of the show, the FCS Awards, who's the son of a legend, who is an excellent running back in his own right, with a stellar collegiate and professional career. And when you have a dad with the nickname of Sweetness, well, everyone knows that you're talking about one of the greatest running backs in NFL history. That's Walter Payton. And JARRETT Payton, his son, embraces that passion every single day as a Chicago area broadcaster. I asked JARRETT to share some thoughts on his father and winning the Walter Payton Award.
Thank you, Gary. The FCS Walter Payton Award, it just symbolizes everything that my dad was all about. Coming from Jackson State, a lot of people didn't give him the time of day, saying he was too small, he was not big enough, wasn't fast enough, didn't go to a big enough school, that he would never make it in the NFL. And by the end of my dad's NFL career, he became the all-time leading rusher, surpassing Jim Brown. So anything is possible. And tonight, anything is possible as well. You know, our family has really looked at this award and seen how it's grown over the years and the winners of this award. The first time that I had an opportunity to give out this award was to Jimmy Garoppolo. And I remember just being able to have that conversation with him and interact with him and to see where he is right now in his career. I got also a chance to be able to, meet a guy that didn't win the award, Cooper Kupp, who is now just balling out of his mind with the Rams and has taken his career to a whole nother level and becoming one of the best receivers in the NFL. When I look at this award, it's all about possibilities. Anything is possible. We can achieve anything that we want to achieve if we put our mind to it. And those are the words that my dad always would echo to me, my sister, and everybody around him. Anything is possible. So our family is just honored and very, very humbled to be able to have this award in my dad's name. And I know that he's smiling down right now, looking at all the finalists and all the good work that they've done on and off the field. So I want to say congratulations to all of the finalists this year, but also to the top three. But finally, I would like to say congratulations to the winner. Welcome to the family. We love to have you, look forward to meeting you, and we wish you nothing but continued success in your walk through life. Thank you.
Well, we now return our attention here to the three top finalists. And gentlemen, thank you all for joining us. Each of you has had a tremendous season, and one of you will become our next Walter Payton Award winner. But first, let's revisit the incredible season that each of you enjoyed that brings you to this moment.
Our first top finalist for the Walter Payton Award is Tim DeMorat, a fifth-year senior who led Fordham to its first playoff bid since 2015 and a 9-3 record. Under head coach Joe Conlon, DeMorat earned his third straight Patriot League Offensive Player of the Year award. He completed 65% of passes for 4,561 yards and 53 touchdowns against only 8 interceptions in the regular season. He added 333 yards and 3 touchdowns in the playoffs, bringing his season in totals to FCS season highs of 4,891 yards and 56 touchdowns, with another 5 touchdown runs. Congratulations to Tim DeMorat for a tremendous senior campaign. Our next top finalist for the Walter Payton Award is grad student Lindsey Scott Jr. from UIW. Scott was the Southland Conference Player of the Year, helping his team reach the semifinals of the FCS playoffs and a 12-2 overall record. Under head coach G.J. Kinney, Scott became the third player in FCS history to pass for 7 touchdowns in one half of a game. Then he did it a second time. Through 14 games, the 5'11 quarterback completed 71% of his passes for 4,686 yards and 60 touchdowns with just 8 interceptions. He also added 712 rushing yards and 7 TD runs. Congratulations to Lindsey Scott Jr. for an outstanding season. Rounding out our top finalists for the Walter Payton Award is sophomore running back Jaden Sheridan from Monmouth. Under head coach Kevin Callahan, Sheridan led the FCS with 1,722 rushing yards and 156 rushing yards per game. He averaged 8.4 yards on 206 carries and had 4 games over 200 yards and another 2 over 150 yards. He was named the CAA's Offensive Player of the Year as Monmouth finished 5-6 in its first season as a member of the largest FCS conference. Congratulations to Jaden Sheridan for a splendid sophomore season.
Please join me in congratulating the efforts of our 3 top finalists for the Walter Payton Award. Well, here we go, gentlemen. Congratulations to each of you for getting to this point. You've all had tremendous seasons, and this was the 36th presentation. This is the 36th presentation of the FCS Walter Payton Award, and this season's winner was selected from 30 finalists. And the 2022 Stats Perform FCS Walter Payton Award winner is Lindsey Scott Jr., quarterback from UIW. Congratulations, Lindsey. You are a Walter Payton Award winner, and Lindsey finished first, 60 voting points ahead of Tim, and Jaden was third. Congratulations to our top finalists as well. You guys deserve a lot of credit for the work that you've put in, and we look forward to what's ahead for you both. And now with Sarah Merrifield, please join me in congratulating our 2022 Walter Payton Award winner, Lindsey Scott Jr., quarterback from UIW.
Well, Lindsey, again, congratulations. Obviously, we heard from Jarrett speaking about how highly touted this award is. And for you, can you put into perspective how special it is for you to win this award?
Yeah, it's extremely special. My heart is pounding a lot right now. But to be a part of just a great fraternity, so many great players, and to be up here to represent my school and my teammates and my coaches that helped me get to this point, and my family, it means the world, especially this long journey I've been on.
Now, reflecting on your collegiate football career, who do you feel has made the greatest impact in being able to have the success you've had up to this point?
Yeah, it's kind of hard to narrow down to one person. Obviously, my mom and dad for continually pushing me, to strive for my goals. And then Coach Kenny and Coach Leftwich, who gave a grad student a shot to come in and lead the offense. And, those people mean the world to me. And just the constant faith and belief they had in me, the reason I'm here today.
Well, absolutely enjoy this experience, soak in every moment. Congratulations, well-deserved, and best of luck in the future.
Thank you.
Gary, we'll send it back to you.
Well, congratulations once again, Lindsey, on your tremendous award, and also to our top finalists. Let's have another round of applause for Lindsey Scott Jr., the award winner, and our top finalists. Well, we're going to take a short break, and then when we come back, we'll wrap things up here at the FCS National Award Show. Well, I hope you've all had a tremendous evening here, and congratulations to our finalists and also to our award winners. It's always special to see deserved student athletes get recognized, and Stats Perform, congratulations once again on conducting a great campaign throughout this year to bring these young men here so we can celebrate their accolades on the field. Sarah, I want to ask you, so you've been with us now for a couple of seasons. Tell me about what goes on with your mind when you get to sit here and talk to all of these winners.
Well, it's really special, obviously, the hard work and culmination to the point, capping off the season. It's really special to celebrate, and we're honored to be a part of that very small window of experience for you guys here at the end of the year banquet. And it's a really fun opportunity to get a chance to, see how grateful you all are for the award and, of course, the experience you get to gain along the way. So congratulations again to all the award recipients and then, of course, the finalists as well, because it's a fun experience for us to share with you.
I read off these names of legends that have been at this game and some of the guys who are still playing and having careers, and what are we going to hear about these young men from here tonight? Only time will tell. Well, thank you all for joining us tonight. It's been a great evening. We hope you enjoyed this, and we always try to shine a brighter spotlight on the excellence of FCS football with these 5 legacy awards as we are able to create lasting traditions as we recognize some of the tremendous talent across the FCS. We'd like to congratulate all of our award winners and finalists and hope that you will join us again as we come back here in early January to follow the fall of 2023 FCS season. Lastly, we'd like to thank everyone involved with the production to make this show happen. So long from Frisco, Texas. You've been watching the FCS National Award Show presented by Stats Perform. Good night, everybody.